You're over there talking with our fantasy football guys.
Yeah,
huh?
and you know, when we talk about accuracy, these guys rank the top 3 in the nation when it comes to all their accuracy predictions from fantasy football. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So we definitely want to hear what they have to say, though, of course, about today's game. We have Jeff Corchini and Russ Bliss from FantasyFootballStarters.com. We call them our resident football experts. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you.
We've missed you since the season is over, leading up to today.
It's been a couple weeks.
I
what
know.
a game. Are you excited?
We are excited, definitely excited. Let's start with, you know, we have to look at the offense and the defense on both sides. What are you guys looking at?
Well, I'm looking at the Packer offense versus the Steeler defense, and what a year it has been for the Packers. Aaron Rodgers almost threw for 4,000 yards this year, going up against the #1 defense. The Steelers' tests have only been allowing their opponents to score 14.5 points a game, so this is going to be a close one. Yeah, but when you look at the Packers with Aaron Rodgers, they also got James Starks, top running back in the playoffs. They are getting hot at the right moment. Then their wide receiver Greg Jennings, he's had like 239 yards in the playoffs. So I really believe that this is going to be a good game. The Steeler defense is so tough. Their linebackers, the 4-3 defense. Here's a shot right here of Rodgers. This guy is doing everything from running the ball to passing the ball. Their offense, they're going to give the Steelers everything they can, huh, Russ?
Yeah.
Look at this. Playing against this defense, this is a perfect example of that 3-4 defense and what they can do, man. They are tough.
Both teams have got opportunistic defenses. For the Pittsburgh Steelers offensively, a lot of it runs through Rashard Mendenhall, who's really stepped up his game in the later part of the season so far for Pittsburgh. They also have Ben Roethlisberger, who's had a tremendous season since coming off that 4-game suspension, and he's got great wide receivers with Hines Ward and Mike Wallace there. Mike Wallace has really turned into a big play threat. And the Green Bay defense, you just saw B.J. Raji there take that interception for a touchdown last week. They just have a very, very solid defense there in Green Bay. This is a game where you've got two evenly matched teams. They both have excellent offenses. They both have excellent defenses that are very opportunistic. They both make plays. They both score defensively. This is going to be a great game.
And I think I'm getting excited just hearing you guys saying that's going to be a great game, because you always, of course, you want it to live up to the hype, right? So what are your predictions then for the game today?
I am going with our lineup analyzer. We've run thousands of simulations. I'm predicting a Steeler 20-17 victory, just like our lineup analyzer, based on the fact that the Steelers have been there before. We know what they did to our Cardinals a couple of years ago, right? And Ben Roethlisberger. Now, I think you're going against our lineup analyzer.
Really?
Yes, I am. I'm actually taking Green Bay 24-21 over Pittsburgh in this one, and no outcome's going to surprise me in this game.
Now, who's usually right between the two of you?
Oh, it's dead even, right?
I'm usually right.
So you're taking the Packers winning over with 3?
Yes.
Okay.
How can he go against our lineup analyzer test? I don't know.
Well, you know, that's what we love about you guys, because you still follow the rules, but you're going with your experience in following the game, which you've been doing for years. All right, let's talk about something looking into the season, of course. The collective bargaining agreement, the CBA. Lots of folks wondering what's going to happen with this. Is there a possible walkout that's still lingering?
Yeah, you know, this is a real cloud over the NFL right now. The deadline is March 4th. The big issue, Tess, a couple weeks ago, I was at the Fantasy Sports Trade Association conference. The big issue is the revenue split. Right now, the players get 59%. The deal that the owners and the players agreed to in 2006, in 2008, the owners had an option to opt out, which they did. They didn't like the deal. It said after the 2010 season that if they wanted to opt out, they could. The other challenge is the 18-game regular season, right? The players don't want to play 18 regular season games.
What do they want?
Well, they're having a tough time with what it is now, 16 games and 4 preseason games. But what people don't, a lot of people know the NFL's big. The NFL's a $9 billion industry. So there's a lot of shall I say, concern on both sides. And one of the things we've talked about is the NFL draft, right, Russ? And maybe getting something done by then.
And I know I spoke to several of the Cardinals when they were wrapping up their season in the locker rooms, and they were basically saying, of course we don't want to have to walk out. Will we be forced to? It remains to be seen. Everyone hoping that this can be worked out without that last resort.
And we're hoping with the CBA that the owners and the Players Association actually come to an agreement that benefits the fans. I mean, the one thing that gets lost in all of this is the fact that the fans are the ones that are really the impetus for the entire NFL, but both sides are looking greedy, in my opinion. You look at the owners, you look at the players, both sides look greedy.
Millions isn't even enough. We want multi-millions.
Well, and Tess, you know, like the NFL, so the first TV deal is the NFL draft. The last thing, and this is where I think something's going to get done around the NFL draft. Now, after the 4th, the deadline. So NFL draft is a key time.
Okay, we'll watch out for that. Before we go, we want to tell everybody congratulations to you guys, because you guys were named one of the top 3 in the nation for your predictions when it comes to fantasy football. That's amazing because of your accuracy.
Yes, our accuracy challenge. We had to project the actual statistics for a lot of the NFL players, submit them to an independent third party, and they analyzed everybody, and we finished in the top 3 nationally.
That is awesome. You can find, of course, fantasyfootballstarters.com on Twitter, on Facebook, and on our site at azfamily.com. And we look forward to tonight's game and having you guys back when we bring in the next season.
Got it.
All right. Thanks, you guys.